us a quick overview, if you would, of what is WPI?
It's Wellness Performance Institute. Really what it says in there. We do performance training is one section of our facility. It's 53,000 square feet. We have 5 orthopedic surgeons that are affiliated with us, 2 chiropractors, 3 massage therapists. We also have a full family fitness center in there. So our beginning, Scott Corder came to me, who started the whole Wellness Performance Institute, and asked if I would be interested in doing something like this. We were friends for a while. We went along and started working on it. We got Dr. Bill Greenwood, who's an orthopedic surgeon in Atlanta, Georgia, who's very well known. And we found a warehouse and we started building it, and people kind of thought we were crazy at first, but it works. We now have a facility where we train everybody from 7 years old and up, from older people in the fitness. We have personal trainers. We have affiliated with us a registered dietitian who works with the Atlanta Falcons part-time in children's medicine. We have a crew that really specializes in everything that we need for athletes of all ages and just everyday people. But in the performance level, it's a step up for the elite athlete. We look at them in the biomechanics at first. We do the evaluations on them. We make sure that they have orthotic scanning done to them. They do a postural analysis so we can look at muscle imbalances. We detail our programs, so I communicate, or doctors all communicate with the trainers. The trainers will then can isolate individual plans for each athlete.
And you're getting in an area, not to interrupt, but at the risk of being redundant, what are some of the things that you do at WPI that might be unique but help players get ready for, say, the NFL draft?
Well, we have excellent trainers. Head trainer Kelly Newhouser, who is phenomenal at these players. We have Chuck Smith, who is our skills trainers, defensive line, and he brought in other skill trainers with us in the program, and he has done a wonderful job. He's got so much energy. He's really cares, and I think that's what makes us a lot different than anybody, is that we have a team that cares, and we're trying to reproduce that in the sense of these athletes and showing them. We travel with them to their events that they go to, such as the Senior Bowl. We can still work with them, help them along. So we offer a comfort to them to support them. In the facility ourselves, we do chiropractic manipulations. We have orthopedic surgeons, physical therapists, all able to work on these guys right away, even if they're not injured, but yet we would look at proactively. We try and evaluate the body and look for little hints that tell us, hey, maybe there's something that could happen here. And it's not that they're injured or anything, it's just that we look for areas of discomfort, not stopping them from playing, but that tells us, hey, Kelly, work on this muscle, and this muscle group's a little unbalanced, or they don't fire.
What are some examples of that you might see with a part of a body that you might be ahead of the curve, so to speak, before something is hurt?
Well, knees, for instance. You scan the feet, and people have no foot pain, but they have constant patella tendonitis, which is an inflammation at the knee joint here. So if you look at that, you'll see the way that people are sitting or standing on their feet on the outside, or if they're flat-footed. We can tell by the weights of the scan, and we digitally look at it and turn it, and we can make a soft orthotic, which is kind of not the real way it is, not just loose, but it separates the 3 arches and helps the body neutralize. So guys can wear them in their cleats, where nobody likes to do it because it's a hard old orthotic that's hard. And Foot Level is a company I'm working with that will help us evaluate these players as we go. But a lot of them are wearing them now because we find the imbalances, and then we work on it. And all of a sudden their patella tendonitis is not a symptom anymore. There's a core to the problem. It's not just, you got that, now let's fix that. So in turn, that will help an athlete run a 40 better. That's not even getting to what Kelly can do for them or our trainers can do for them, because then they take their ability that we just gave them a little more to their armor, to their armory, their resources. Now they have a body that's functioning mechanically better. We also look at firing the muscles off, how they fire. So we do different exercises with them, or we test them on exercises, and we notice that they can be as strong as you want, but when you test them that way to isolate it, they don't fire at the same time. So we re-educate the muscle to fire at the same time. These could be from adhesions, which is a technique, ART, active release technique. Another thing that I guess we do, there are a lot of us out there who are certified in it, You could be an athletic trainer, medical doctor, physical therapist, chiropractor, and you can get trained in it, but it's a tedious training. And it's still new in the field of athletes, but it was used with the elite athletes, the Ironman competitors too, so it started there. And now it's getting great results with scar tissue breakup or adhesions. And these guys, as they play hard, they're going to get them. They're going to break down, build back up, and it's going to heal, but it's going to be a different kind of fibrous tissue. It's not going to be as elastic, not going to be as pliable, more pain receptors. So as these things start building in the body, more and more adhesions cause a trigger to a problem then. If I get them early on, break them up, the trainers now take them, re-educate it. So really you want to work out while treatment's being done on this. It's not that we put somebody at rest for a week. I mean, we do that with injuries, but I'm talking about preventing the injuries and helping them. My thing I like to do is the athletes, I want them to make the decision when they want to stop playing, not to let injury stop them, or even afterwards, I want them to keep playing with their kids and everybody else.
In a simple term, you can look at the feet and fix something with the feet and essentially protect the knee?
Yes, you can protect the knee, hip, low back. I mean, it's been out there. It's just a matter of putting it together. Our facility offers all these doctors that I work with to look at these athletes in action. That's why I come here, to look at them in action, because I learn more every day. I'm always trying to put together a program that, to work with the trainers and all the nutritionists around us. I get a report. We started a file that we do, I don't think it's done anywhere else, on good things to do, proactive things to do for these athletes to keep them going in the routine they need. If we need to look at something more, we can do dartfish, which Kelly Newhouse is trained in, video work that slows down 35 times the speed. So you get these guys running 4.3s, you slow them down, you can see mechanics. Ankle injuries are very common. You can break up adhesions in the ankles and then let the trainers re-educate it. And then you get a stronger, where adhesion is tight but weak. So a new muscle that's re-educated right is going to be more elastic and has more strength to it. So you're not getting the same slowing down, but it's only a slow change. It's sometimes not a huge change, so you don't realize that there's something can be helped. When you start working on, they realize it because they feel it. Because breaking it up is shortening a muscle and lengthening it in short terms. Just, you hold the contact, shorten and lengthen. There's a lot more to it, but that's what you're trying to do.
And again, in the desire to stay as simple as possible, and also, if I gave you, at the risk of being redundant with apologies, explain to me, if you could, say in 20 to 30 seconds, a relationship between the feet and the knee and what you do that is ahead of injury or preventative of injury.
Well, mechanics. When you look at the biomechanics, take picture, you'll see the feet can be like this. It may be that you're short or you're lifting up a little bit. The pelvis is lifting up. That's because the muscles are tightening. I mean, it also could be because you have a bone that was cut or surgically done, but typically that's a bone muscle pulling up. So when you do that, your stride mechanics are off. So you traumatize. So if your orthotics, if you have arches that are bad or roll on the outside, when you walk, you're stressing a ligament up top. The knee, the Q angle people know of, is off. That puts stress. Then that goes off, you go up to the hips. The body's a mechanical thing that works uniquely well, but it's very precise. So when you're shifted, again, chiropractic manipulations help in the routine that we do because it helps the mechanics of the spine. So you balance. You get the body a chance to do its best. So you're really helping from within.
And all that makes perfect sense. So when you fix something that you might see or be preventative of an injury that hasn't happened yet but could if this continued, how does that help somebody, say, getting ready for the draft or making that jump from college to the pros?
Well, because of the performances they have to do. It's a tedious schedule for them. They go from all these bowl games to combine right away, combine days to pro days. So if we're just waiting for something to happen, you're going to set them back 2 weeks because then they have to rest. If I catch things ahead of time, I can control it to the sense where, well, we can control what you do. We can help it right then and there before it becomes an issue where it slows you down, stops you. So you're keeping the training ability at a peak at all times without having them injure themselves from that. You're really helping them by building it back up the right way.
And then ultimately, with what's such a violent game, how does what you do help some players have careers as opposed to just some good games?
Well, again, you're getting the body's mechanics to work. So when they're out there in the field and they can make a lateral move or a shift to avoid a hit, they're going to, first of all, be quicker to do that because their body mechanics are right, their body's aligned correctly, they're trained in the muscle work by the trainers to do the movement they need, and they last longer because they have a better history of no injuries. Their body works better together, so you're not wearing down the joints, the mechanics. So they can have chances of becoming better and better each year when they learn in the game.
All right, great. That's it. Thank you.